Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We got Brez joining us a little bit. Allie and Trudell will be handling the post-game duties. Rob, wipe the sweat off your forehead. The Lakers win after losing 6 of 7 games, losing to the Sacramento Kings and the Toronto Raptors, 2 lottery teams at home in back-to-back games. And then the news came that Dennis was going to be out for 14 days. LeBron re-aggravating the ankle. He's out. And here come the Denver Nuggets, who have been absolutely on fire. The Lakers find a way to win. Defensively, you have to give them props tonight. When things aren't going well, James, you and Rob have talked a lot about stepping it up on that end. That's what got you here. That's what won you a championship last year. They held the Nuggets to 89 points, a team that averages 115, 5th best in the league. Lakers shoot 43% from 3. And those last 4 minutes and 39 seconds, that's why Rob's doing this. They were excruciating because the Lakers go 2 for 10 down the stretch and almost lost a 10-point lead. But they hold on to win. It's a big win.
It is a big win, Geeter, and any win right now is a big win. And I do give the Lakers credit for showing signs of getting back to where they need to get back to. It wasn't a full 48 minutes, but I do like, the fact that Coach Vogel decided to put Marc Gasol in there because without Schroeder, he made things start to happen a little bit. The motion was there. In the defense, I thought the defense, particularly in the fourth quarter, the exception with the last 4 minutes, it was kind of whacked all over the place. But I thought they showed signs of getting back to defense, playing the game. They got some outstanding shooting from Wesley Matthews tonight, came off the bench. I thought that they played well enough to win. It's just those last 4 minutes, just enough to drive you crazy, Rob.
You're right about that, it drives crazy. But the thing about you had the energy, you had the effort in the first half. The only thing that it was not good was that lull they had there in the fourth quarter where they took a lot of ill-advised shots. But that's a learning process, and hopefully they can watch the film on this game and understand that you don't always have to take a quick shot when you have a 10-point lead. When you have AD on the block, you can run some clock and let that clock be your friend.
Appreciate the props to Wes Matthews and Marc Gasol. We're going to talk about them in just a little bit. But let's go back to Staples Center. THTs with Mike Trudell.
All right, Taylor Horton-Tucker, I don't know if that final drive went exactly as you would plan, but the result certainly worked for the Lakers. Can you take us through the play?
Man, I thank God for that, that play right there. My intention was just to, try and get to the basket and, draw contact or foul or anything. I didn't go as planned, but, it still went in. So, I'm grateful for it, and we got the win, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it looked like you may have gotten a little help from Marc Gasol just contesting the rebound from Jokic. You then got your hands on the ball. How big was Gasol off the bench tonight for you guys?
He was a difference maker, really. Him coming in the game and his ability, to almost kind of speed Jokic up and try to, make things harder for him was really good for us, with Dre being in foul trouble and things like that. So, him staying ready was very important for us, and, we're appreciative to have him for that.
And Taylor, look at your fellow Chicago native sitting next to you on the bench there, Anthony Davis, probably his best game since returning from injury. What did you make of him, and especially that final block to seal the game?
It's himself. The last few games he's been trying to find his rhythm. We just want him to be the best AD that he could possibly be. So, him showing those, those flashes is great because it shows that, he's, finding his rhythm back and just getting back to himself. And when we have him back to himself 100%, I feel like we're pretty hard to beat. So, it's pretty good for that.
And final thing for you. Look, it's been a tough couple of weeks, right? A lot more losses than you guys are used to having. How important was it to just get a victory, get this feeling back for you guys on the squad?
That's what we've been, stressing over the last few weeks, with us going through this rough patch. We just wanted to get back in the win column because, the only thing we could turn around is, just the things that we can control, and that's us, making the right decisions to win. So that was the only thing that we had to focus on.
Taylor, we appreciate the time, man.
Thank you.
Marc Gasol, 10 points in 17 minutes. His plus-minus, plus 17. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a block. He guarded Jokic, and he was 3 for 4 from 3. I'm not sure you could have dialed up a better game for a guy that was the 11th man off the bench. And James, you brought up something a few moments ago. You brought it up last game, you said, with Dennis being out. Maybe Gasol gets minutes tonight. You have a guy that can operate from the top of the key. You might need another playmaker. we didn't see him play. But tonight he got called in late in that second quarter when Drummond got his fourth foul. And I'll tell you what, without Marc Gasol, you don't win this game. I think he reminded everybody why he's here.
And you heard Tucker say he was the difference maker tonight because they know his style of play. That pass right there, you know, they weren't getting too many of those. But the way he came in and started directing people, move out of the way. He did that a couple times, got people in place, and then he made plays for other people. And then when they left him open, 3 or 4 from behind the arc, you cannot ask for a better performance. That one time Jokic tried to post him up, he played good D, vertical. I think he got a little piece of it, stopped him in the paint. That's hard to do. So he knew how to use his mass and his body, his experience. And I think tonight he was saying, look, you brought Drummond here. You should have made him earn that spot instead of just giving it to him because he plays well. And that unit that did most of the coming back were, with the exception of AD, was kind of like the old group that they had when AD and LeBron out. So they connected. They played Caruso, Pope, Matthews. You know, they connected and played very well. So hats off to a good collective effort. They need to win. Win's a win's a win.
Yeah, the NBA is all about matchups, and you're going to have teams that you match up well with, and the Lakers match up extremely well with the Denver Nuggets. And when they match up, I love it when Gasol is on him because that matchup is very good because he knows that European style of play. And American guys sometimes don't understand the European style of play. And that's what Jokic plays with on the block. He has all those up and downs, sort of like a Kevin McHale. I know I should mention that name on the show, but sort of like that. And when you watch Gasol, how he plays him, he just bodies him. He doesn't let him move him out of the way because he's too big and too strong, and he knows that game.
Robbie stays on his feet. He plays tall. He's grounded. He knows when to not go for the shot fake. I mean, absolutely correct. He knows how to play him.
Hey,
he does a good job against Embiid. There's certain matchups, Gasol, absolutely.
Yes, because it's that weight and that strength that he has. You know, not saying that Drummond doesn't have it, but it's a different type of body movement because he's more of a massive guy you have to move than Drummond. And Drummond is an eager, young shot blocker. So that means he's going to go for an up fake before Gasol will. So Gasol is one of those guys. He's you know, I'm old. I'm not really going to block shots. I'm going to wait. But that contest that he does at the last minute is great, and it deters a lot of shots. So big ups to Gasol being ready tonight, coming out and performing, and basically was MVP of this game.
He is not going to react until you take a shot. Anything else before that, he's not going to react. He's going to use his body, like you said, get in your way. Not until you shoot the shot is when he's going to. He doesn't go for up and unders. He doesn't go for a lot of stuff. He keeps his body in front of it, and when you go for the shot, that's when he uses a lot of his defensive skills. He did a great job tonight. In
the words of Marc Gasol, he just works here. All right, let's get to the highlights. Lakers taking on the Nuggets. Second night. AD with 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. Alex Caruso, 11 points. Marc Gasol, 10 points, 7 rebounds, plus 17 in 17 minutes. Impacting the game. Let's hear from Marc Gasol. He's speaking with Mike and the media.
Hey, Mark, just first want to ask you about tonight's game specifically and the matchup with Jokic, what you were focused on defensively and trying to just contain him and make him work.
Well, they run a lot of actions for him. You try to be as physical as possible with him. He does a great job as soon as you kind of get your arms around. Like he does a good job of using it against you. You try to be physical without your arms as much as possible. They give him the ball in many places on the floor. Great player.
And Mark, you came into this game almost 40% from 3, so they've been going down. But is there something that you saw tonight about where you were getting your shots from and the rhythm and trying to initiate some offense that way as well?
No, we're just excited about playing. I think I've been a little more aggressive every time I step on the floor the last few games, and I think the ball went in, so good.
And then just wondered if you were aware who's kind of unsolicited just brought your name up as somebody he'd like to see play more, somebody he thought could help in certain aspects. Wondered if you were aware of that, just the kind of connectivity within the locker room.
No, I was not. He mentioned something after the game, but I was not aware. I told him I'm fine, on that Mr. Wolf role. You just come in whenever things don't go great and kind of, help everyone. So I accepted it. I'll try to do as best as possible at that role. And so, yeah.
Okay, Hal Boone, please.
Mark, there was that sequence in the fourth quarter where you and Wes were kind of driving. I think there was an 8-0 run between the two of you. And looked like you were kind of celebrating with this little bow and arrow thing. I was wondering what the relationship is like with you and Wes, if your situations have kind of made you each other's allies in a sense. Is that a special relationship for you?
I think we have to, start thinking more as a team instead of, mentioning guys and it's more who we are as a team and who we're going to be. Everyone tied to one another. Regardless of your situation, you play 0 minutes, you play 20 minutes. The team's success is everyone's success. So, when you go out there, you try to do as best as possible to help the team, because if you help the team, more times than not, we're going to win a lot of games. So I think we have to kind of forget about the players and situations and individual guys, and think more as a whole of who we're going to be as a team moving forward.
I'd like to ask you a follow-up on that premise. Last night seemed like a very tough night for a lot of guys in the locker room. How much was this win just needed for the group tonight?
Any win is always good. I think, after the news yesterday, that LeBron was not going to play tonight, that, Dennis had his situation, our situation as a team that we, lost, I think, 6 out of 7 games. You have that urgency, and today was great because you felt that urgency as a whole, as a team. You felt it. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't great. The ball didn't go in all the time, but the connectivity amongst the guys was great, and the cheering for one another. I really enjoy when we work as a team and we protecting one another out there on both ends of the floor. I think that's beautiful basketball.
Okay, David Menman.
Mark, I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. You said the role you play is like the wolf?
Mr. Wolf.
Like
Mr. Wolf. The Pulp,
like Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, okay. Pretty much.
I respect that. I'm not here to say please. What do you do for this team the most in terms of giving a different look, I guess, compared to the other centers that are on the roster, big men that are on the roster? And what's the chemistry like with AD right now?
I just said that we're not going to mention. I'm going to try not to mention situations, personal situations. I think it's about the team and how we all try to help the team be a better team. That's all. One night it's going to be some guys, and other nights it's going to be other guys. And to me, it's it's about that. So if the team does well, we're all doing well. You're playing 0 minutes or 35 minutes. You're doing your job every night. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you the things that I can do that other guys can. It's just not good. There's some things that they do that it's impossible for me to do. It's just physically impossible. I could try every day to catch lobs and be above the rim all night long. That should never been that way. And there's things I do that are that are a little bit different. But it's about the team and how we all put that priority and that goal amongst everything and winning. That's it.
We welcome in Mike Bresnahan, the Laker insider. But I do, before we get to Brez and what's going on in the standings, I do want to talk about what Marc Gasol just said right there, because I thought it was beautiful, and that's great sound, and that's leadership. He said, I hope we can stop talking about individuals and who's not getting what in comparisons between me and Drummond and what we do, and talk about the team. He's like, and then he referred to himself as Harvey Keitel's character, Mr. Wolf, in Pulp Fiction, Rob, one of the greatest movies of all time. The cleaner. Just come up and clean things up. Getting a problem, Rob? Got to have a fixer.
Hey, you got to have a fixer, man. You got to have a guy.
I used to have that job for you back in the day.
Hey, there going to be times where you don't do what people think you should do and vice versa. But Mark is a professional. You love his attitude. You mentioned it on the bench. He's giving advice. He's giving high fives. And that's what you got to have a true leader. Him and Keith and Wes Matthews are ready to go when you need them. So I'm proud of them always being ready.
Certain things you pick up. I was telling Rob when we were watching the game, James, that I saw Gasol in the first quarter, and I just kind of, zeroed in on him a little bit because the camera was right on him, and he's in the background. And THT comes off the court and he talks to him, gives him a little five, told him something. Then he's watching a play, and he's sitting in the back row, and you could hear him engage, and you could see he's pointing things out and I don't know. I was just like, I love that he's engaged and he's ready. And sure enough, fast forward to the end of the second quarter, he comes in and he becomes the hero of the game.
He cares.
Yeah,
Marc Gasol cares. He's a lot like his brother, Pau Gasol in a way. He cares about the team he's playing for. And, if you listen to what he said, not only is a message to the media, but it's a message to his team. It's because he's probably hearing things in the locker room, seeing things. When's LeBron coming back? When's AD coming back? It's all about the team. That's what I liked about Jokic. He said, Murray's out, but we play together. It's all about being together. And they played together tonight. They had some lulls, a few minutes, but he's an exceptional ball player, very smart, very savvy, and doesn't go outside of his box. He knows what he can do, but that point center, he's one of the best at that. Back in the day, Bill Walton was like that, Bill Laimbeer, some of the guys like that who, Sabonis, when he was at Port, they were
late in his career, Rob.
great passers. And he understands the motion of the offense. He knows where defense is. He can read defenses and tell where his next pass should go and who should be open. So you can't underestimate his talent and his asset. No, he's not flashy. He's not McGee or Dwight Howard, but he's extremely smart and efficient when he plays the game.
I've got some problems. Maybe I'll call Marc Gasol. He can help me fix them a little bit.
Clean it up for you, Press.
I could use him.
Yeah.
He definitely cleaned up the playoff picture a little bit for the Lakers. We've got some updated standings right now. Lakers, remember, coming into tonight, three-way tie for 5th place with Portland and with Dallas. Now the Lakers all alone in 5th place. They got some good news. Right before tip-off, Portland lost pretty big to Atlanta tonight. Dallas did not play, so they remain at 36 and 28. So the Lakers, not favored to win tonight, pulled off the victory. This is good news for them. A couple little schedule notes. The Mavericks, a couple tough games coming up. They are at Miami and then home against Brooklyn. Portland, they play Cleveland on the road, and then they come back and they play the Lakers in Portland on Friday. Huge game right there. But for now, the Lakers slightly more comfortable than they were when they woke up this morning.
7 games left, Brez?
7 games left for the Lakers. Yeah.
7 games left. Yeah. Brez, we got something for you here.
What you got?
That they put together real quick for you. I think you'll like. There it is. I saw problems. Dang, I'm Quentin Tarantino in the background. Man.
You need a cleaner.
Listen, Brad, listen, for the young kids out there, the younger generation, please go watch Pulp Fiction. A Royale with cheese.
Depending on how old you are.
Good point. Good point.
18 and up, please.
Yeah, 18 and up, please. All right, Lakers are back in action on Thursday when they take on the Los Angeles Clippers. In the media.
Right, first I want to get your thoughts on Anthony Davis and his whole game, but specifically his defensive energy tonight. If you thought there was a difference from the last couple of games.
I think he's getting, more and more each game in rhythm and getting his legs under him. Obviously his defense was good. He had the big block at the end there. But I thought this was the first game since he's been back that he was really, really decisive, especially early in the game. I thought he set a great tone for us, knowing that Dennis and Bron were going to be out, that he was going to be in attack mode. And thanks for fixing that Zoom. Thanks for fixing that Zoom. I thought he set a great tone for us. But obviously, when Anthony's at his best, he's impacting the game on both sides of the ball, and that's what he did tonight.
Frank, you went to Marco, of course, when Drummond got into foul trouble, and then Wesley back into the rotation with a couple of guys out. What did you see from them, and does that type of play, does that weigh on your mind anymore as you keep trying to figure out who's going to play when moving forward?
Yeah, well, we got a deep team, and everybody has to stay ready. I was happy for Wes, to come in and perform the way he did on both sides of the ball, knocking down shots, but really playing some tough defense, which we missed the last few games. I don't think our defense has been where we want it to be the last few games, and Mark and Wes are two of our better defenders. So to have those guys back in there set a great tone for us, and it's just one of those things. Like, we're going to need everybody on this team. We have a deep team, and certain nights your number is going to be called, certain nights it's not. But a great testament to those guys staying ready.
And just to follow up more specifically on Mark, referring about what you saw from him tonight on both ends.
Yeah, well, we know, we like the duo of Drummond and Mark matching up on Joker. If we saw this matchup in the playoffs, we've seen Mark a little bit throughout the year in the first two matchups. Wanted to see a heavy dose of drum on him. I thought both guys did a good job. This team offensively over the last 10 games has offensive rating of 119, and I think it was 96 tonight. And it starts with trying to slow down Joker. He's had some 40, 50-point games this year, and we gave up 32 points and 5 assists, but that's pretty good numbers for what he's been doing to the rest of the league. So I think it started with Drum, and Mark really came in and did a spectacular job defensively on Joker, but also facilitating offensively.
All right, time now for a little Access 360, Rob. We're going to break down and talk about some Anthony Davis and what we saw from him tonight. It was a different focus, a different energy. He said he needed to be better, and he would. Where are you going?
Oh, damn, man. Going to the wall. It's a big
by the way,
win.
did you see James
we
get
off
wall?
The slide, man. I saw James with the
He looked good.
discussion. Here, James, here.
Yeah, move your meat, you lose your seat.
All right. In this 360, we're going to show you the effectiveness of AD right here.
Feels good over here.
This is one of those these effort plays. Look how far AD is back right here. He's in the backcourt. He's a little jogging down. He's like, oh, crap. He just blew by me. But the thing is, he never gives up. He knows he can get a block shot. He goes over him, block my former Alabama guy. Oh, no, AJ. So here we go now. Here's the thing about AD. He knows he can go to the post and score it anytime he wants to. J. Michael Green, Mouse in the house. Oh, look you, Mr. McGee. You saw this in practice. You felt this smoke in practice right here. Fakes to the middle and goes baseline. This is one of AD's favorite moves. He goes to the baseline, and McGee goes for the foot fake. Now he goes up and scores and gets the and one. See, this is what we want AD to do all the time. Eat in the paint. This is another good play right now. Early transition. Now you got him all alone. Gordon, you want some of this smoke too? I got you too. Where's he going, James? He's going baseline again. That's his favorite move. He goes baseline, but this is where he uses, as Shaq would say, footwork. Here you go underneath. Oh, Shaq would say feet work, my bad. Underneath for a nice lift. But this is a really good play right here. He goes and set this pick. You got to do, I want y'all to see this. People at home, pay attention to this. He set this pick. Now, freeze it for me. Right here, you see how AD goes up? He goes straight up. We're going to rewind it. See, look at his body. Usually when AD takes his shot, he jerks back, so he's leaning too far. This is almost like the shot he made to win the game. Right there, see the form. This is a form you want AD to have, because when he does this, he's making his threes. All right, see, that's what you got to have, AD, up and down. When he does that, he's engaged, and you love to see that. Now, here is the play of the game right here. AD, look, nice back pick, but he stays engaged. Now, look, he sees, oh, we got, Brad, say his name for me.
Facundo Campazzo.
There you go, right there. But AD hustles out there and blocks the shot, and now we off to the races for a nice win. AD did a great job defensive, but AD, I hope you're watching this. Look at me, AD. Eat in the paint, son. That's where you get your bread and butter. That's how you get your game off. Eat in the paint.
Did you just call for a one shot for the Jube camera?
Yeah.
Rob, you look good over there, man.
You did, Rob.
I know. Hey, I feel good over here. I can move around.
It's lively, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that Rob showed his offense and defense, James. 25 points, 7 rebounds, the 3 block shots. Obviously, Jokic is going to bring the best out of AD. He also called himself out and said, I need to be better. But just the way he was closing out tonight was different. Screen and roll defense was different. Drop coverages, whatever you want to say. Block shots, attacking.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jokic brings out the best in him, but I think AD tonight brought the best out of AD. He knows without LeBron, he is the leader. I mean, he's the defensive leader as well. He came here saying that that's what he wanted, Defensive Player of the Year. So he had to come out and start that tonight. But he looked good in all categories tonight. Rob said it. Stay in the paint, man.
When they didn't,
it's good in there.
Big game. When they didn't score for 3 minutes and 30 seconds down the stretch and they were 0 for 7, he finally just got fed up and he went and hit that 8-footer. I think you wanted to see that from him probably earlier. Lakers were settling for threes, throwing the ball away. It was 0 for 7 possessions, guys. And that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, that big shot, about 45 seconds left. I mean, that really was the turning point offensively. unless you consider Taylor Horton Tucker's successful adventure, I guess we'll call it, to the basket, and an AD doing it at the other end with a big block shot. I think Frank Vogel is absolutely right. This is the most dialed in that AD has been since he got back from his 2-month layoff, 2-month plus layoff. And I'll tell you what, you know who really hates Anthony Davis? The Denver Nuggets. They want no part of him. Right now, I believe the playoffs started today. They might be a first-round matchup. Not sure who has that Denver Clippers tiebreaker, but the Lakers in 5th, right behind the Denver Nuggets.
Prez, you know who has it?
Who has it?
Denver is the tiebreaker. So right now, if it started tomorrow,
Clippers-Lakers.
Clippers-Lakers first round.
Amazing.
But there's so much happening. I know there's only 7
left.
games, but
It's gonna be a wild 12 days to the
everyone's
season
tied.
ends. Yeah.
Hey,
man,
it's weird having you in that seat.
At this point, it doesn't matter. Just stay healthy and get ready to play whomever.
Can you drop low like Rob?
Of course I can.
Let's see you get low, get low.
James, it looked like that hydraulics kind of scared you there, man. You know?
The old man kind of caught me off guard, Rob. Look at that. That's pretty
Show
cool.
them how to do it.
Oh, good times. All right, what do we got? More to come on Access? Yeah, we do. Sure. Man, more voice of God.